Welcome to this week's football legend. This week I ask, just how good was Alex Scott, MBE? Born on the 14th of October 1984 in East London. Her mother is from Ireland, her father was from Jamaica. She attended St Peter's London Docks Primary School. She had a love of football from a young age, and when she was 8 years old she was signed up by Arsenal in 1992. When she broke into the first team, she initially played as a striker and on the right wing, but over time she began to play more at right back before solely playing there for the rest of her career. In 2002 she was given a full contract at Arsenal, but over her first 2 seasons would not make a single appearance. However, she would play for both England under-19s and under-21 sides, featuring for the England under-19 side in the 2002 UEFA Under-19 Women's Championship in Canada. She would go on to make a full debut on the 18th of September 2004. In the 2004-05 season, she moved to Birmingham City after not playing for Arsenal's first team. However, at the time Birmingham found themselves in financial difficulties, and after only making 15 appearances in which she scored twice, Alex returned to Arsenal. Alex was selected for the England's women's squad for the 2005 UEFA Women's Championship, where England would finish bottom of the group. She would go on to become an England regular, being called up for the 2009, 13 and 17 UEFA Women's Championship. After rejoining Arsenal, she would go on to spend 5 years with her childhood team. In total, she played 72 times and scored 5 goals. On her first season back, she would help them go on to win the domestic double, lifting both the Women's Premier League National Division and the FA Women's Cup. Although her first season back was very successful, her second season was one in which legends are born. She would be part of the team that went on to win the quadruple, rounding off the quadruple by winning the UEFA Women's Cup. The final was played over 2 legs, which Arsenal won 1-0, with a 91st minute goal in the first leg, scored by none other than Alex Scott, making Arsenal women being the first ever British side to lift the trophy. In total, she would play 40 times, scoring 4 goals. In each of the next 2 seasons, she would pick up the league title and Women's FA Cup, meaning that she won the league and Women's FA Cup 4 seasons in a row. In total, she played 59 times and scored 3 goals over the next 2 seasons. In 2007 and 2011, Alex was selected for the Women's World Cup, each time helping England to reach the quarter-finals. However, they would get knocked out by the USA and then France. In what was technically her second spell at Arsenal, she played a total of 72 times for Arsenal, scoring 6 goals, collecting 4 league titles and 5 cups. In 2009, the WPS, the Women's Professional Soccer League, was created. Alex was traded to the Boston Breakers on the 6th of February 2009, where she went on to make 17 appearances, scoring 1 goal in the first season, with the team finishing 5th out of 17. She was once again called up for England to play in the 2009 UEFA Women's Championship, where they would go on and reach the final. Unfortunately, England would suffer a heavy 6-2 defeat at the hands of Germany. The following season showed a marked improvement for Boston, as they finished runners-up in the league, where she featured 15 times. In 2011, she founded the Alex Scott Academy in partnership with the Kingston College and Puma. The academy was set up to help female footballers aged between 16 and 19 years old. It was the first of its kind in the UK, and its sole goal was to help highlight the growth of the women's game and make it more accessible for young ladies to get coaching. She also put her degree in sports journalism and broadcasting to great use by writing a weekly women's football article in the Morning Star newspaper. Due to the differences in the league, Alex returned to Arsenal in December 2011 to keep up her fitness and to play in the 3-game pre-season tour of Japan. Going into 2012, the WPS collapsed, making Alex a free agent, where she would return once again to Arsenal. She would immediately pick up where she left off, completing the treble, winning the league title, the Women's FA Cup and the League Cup. In 2012, she was also part of the 18-player squad selected for the London Olympic Games, where she would play 5 times, getting knocked out in the quarter-finals to Canada. The following season, she would help Arsenal complete the Cup double once again. In 2014, she was given the proud honour of becoming the club captain, showing her true leadership skills. Over her remaining 4 years with Arsenal, she would not lift the league title again, However, over that time she won the FA Cup once more and won the League Cup twice. Once again entering her 7th major international tournament with England, she was selected to play in the 2015 Women's World Cup in the US. England were knocked out in the semi-finals after losing to Japan, thanks to a 92nd minute own goal from Laura Bassett. England would go into the 3rd place playoff against Germany. However, unlike 6 years prior, they were able to beat Germany with an extra time winning goal from Farrell Williams, meaning Alex and her teammates have a small sense of revenge for the 2009 6-2 defeat. In 2017, Alex announced her retirement from international football, ending with 140 caps and 12 goals for England. At the time of her retirement, she was the 2nd highest capped English woman. 4 years on in 2021, she is still the 4th highest most capped female. By comparison, the most capped male is Peter Shilton with 125 caps. In 2018, Alex retired from football altogether, ending her 3rd stint with Arsenal, having made 76 appearances, scoring another 6 goals. In total, she made 218 club appearances, scoring 15 times. She represented her country 140 times, scoring 12 times. In total, over her 18 years as a professional, she played 363 games, including her 5 as an Olympian, in total scoring 27 goals. When she retired as one of the most successful professionals of all time. In total with Arsenal, she won 21 major trophies throughout her career, putting her level in 4th place as the most successful English footballer alongside Ray Clements. After her retirement from football, Alex moved into television broadcasting. During her playing career, she had done small bits of TV work. In 2016, she appeared on the Bear Grylls TV show Mission Survivor, a reality show based around 8 celebrities who had 12 days to survive in some of the planet's most difficult terrains. Like most times in life, Alex would survive and win the whole show. In the 2017 New Year's Honours, Alex was made a member of the Order of the British Empire, becoming Alex Scott MBE, an honour in response to her services in football. She started to do more TV appearances, appearing on Soccer AM, as well as doing segments for the BBC, BT and Sky Sports. In 2017, she co-presented the show Match of the Day Kickabout, a show aimed at children, showing them that football is inclusive and a sport for everyone. It was in 2018 that she would become better known, as she was selected by the BBC to be part of the team to cover the men's 2018 World Cup, becoming the first female football pundit to cover the World Cup for the BBC. She was so knowledgeable and well received that Sky Sports picked her up to join the Super Sunday team, covering the biggest matches of the weekend. In 2019, she would once again be working with the BBC, this time covering the Female World Cup. Her summer and TV career would continue to go from strength to strength that summer, as she was announced as the co-host of Sky Sports Goal on Sunday, hosting alongside football pundit legend Chris Kami Kamara. Not only was she growing more into the football world of TV, but she was also the 12th contestant to be announced for the 2019 version of the BBC Strictly Come Dancing. Speaking at the time, she said, "I'm absolutely buzzing to be signed up. It's a show that I've always wanted to do, and I can't believe I'm finally part of it. I'm super excited, but also terrified at the same time." She would stay in the competition for over 10 weeks, but on the 11th week, her normal dance partner Neil Jones was injured, and Strictly legend Kevin Clifton stepped in to replace him. However, Alex was eliminated from the show that week. Despite being a very successful former footballer who played over 350 games, she was clearly very emotional when speaking about Strictly after being eliminated. The former Arsenal captain said, "It was a dream come true to be part of Strictly. Not for one moment did I think I would be on that dance floor on every Saturday night being able to give it my all. I grew up on a council estate in the East End of London with my mum and my brother. I'm not going to lie, it was hard. I started playing football on the streets. It was just a football cage. That was where I dreamt of playing in World Cups and big arenas. In the early stages it was so hard. My mum wasn't able to come and watch me play football because she was trying to do everything she could, work and provide for me and my brother so we could go out and outlive our dreams. Clearly very emotional and thankful, she continued. My mum, she's pretty incredible. Seeing how much of an amazing woman she is made me the person I am. Thankfully, Alex had already experienced Strictly Joy when she won the 2018 Sports Relief Due Strictly. To round off her phenomenal 2019, in the November, Alex was inducted into the National Football Museum Hall of Fame in a surprise ceremony at the Emirates Stadium. Speaking at the time, she said, "This is a huge honour to be inducted into the National Football Museum Hall of Fame, and a massive confidence boost for me ahead of the weekend. To be named alongside some incredible legends of the game is something I am very proud of, and is something I will treasure forever." Tim Desmond, CEO of the National Football Museum, said, "Alex follows Cyril Regis as our second inductee for the refreshed Hall of Fame, which aims to be more representative of those special football people who have made an outstanding contribution to the game of our lives. Alex has paved the way for women in football and led a sea of change when it comes to equal and fair representation of women in sports media. We're delighted to have Faye representing the award as the former teammate of Alex's and fellow legend of the women's game, and at a venue that is close to their hearts where they went on to forge outstanding careers." In 2020, she would once again be working with the BBC, co-hosting the BBC Sports Personality of the Year Award alongside Gary Lineker, Claire Balding and Gabby Logan. In September 2020, news broke that Alex would also be picking up another TV role, this time replacing Sue Barker as the host of A Question of Sport. After she had been the host for 24 years, many people congratulated Alex, with Gary Lineker tweeting, "Congratulations and good luck, Alex Scott, on being the new host for A Question of Sport." He followed that with, "Smart, knowledgeable, perfectly qualified for the role. Oh, and if you have a problem with Alex getting the job, you might just be the problem." This was after Alex received many nasty, racist, sexist and threatening tweets and messages, both of violent and sexual nature. This wasn't the first and sadly won't be the last messages she will receive of this type, as the uneducated refuse to change. Speaking on a podcast, This City, she said, "It was like every day, when I was coming off, I was just getting this wave, and then like I said, then there were death threats and rape threats. I live on my own, and I'm like, I can't even. Who can I even speak to about this? I don't want to worry my mum. I don't want. Like how I said people to feel like I can't handle myself, or I can't handle this business. Because what?" She even went into more detail, saying that she used to use alcohol to help guide her through the darkest days, but instead she's seen the strength that her voice has, and that she can fight for change. She continued, "I'm in a position where I can keep having these conversations. I know I've got a role, and I have to play. I have a platform, and it's my responsibility to use my platform in the right way." She even went on to share a poem that she wrote back in 2018, which was handwritten on the London Underground Service Information Board, giving everybody that passed it a chance to see and read it. It reads, "I was that girl that played football, I really didn't care. I was a girl that played football, long brown hair. I was that girl that played football with no regards to the colour of my skin. I was that girl that played football because I always wanted to win. I retired from football with medals and honours galore. I retired from football to open a new door. I now talk about football live on TV. Some want to say I'm ticking a box, but that's not me. Football is football, and that is what I see. Hi, hello, I'm Alex, and you know what? Football is me." However, a short while later she tweeted out, "Just a little note, no, I am not taking over from Sue Barker on A Question of Sport, who I have also watched for many years and loved. So on this lovely fine Saturday, stop with the negative energy and keep it moving please, because I have no involvement in this situation." However, in May 2021, news broke that she would be taking over at one huge BBC show, taking over as a single host of a Football Focus. In the summer of 2021, she once again joined the BBC team to cover the 2020 Euro Championships. Without doubt, one of the most emotional, painful and challenging moments of the entire tournament was when Christian Eriksen collapsed in a match between Denmark and Finland. and was there fighting for his life. After the camera showed the awful images which clearly affected people around the world as the Danish players formed a ring around their fellow countrymen, the BBC finally left UEFA's live feed and went back to the studio, where Alex alongside her other pundits all looked shell-shocked. As I cut to Alex's speech, she said, "I'm already getting emotional. I can't believe what we're witnessing. Football goes totally out of the window. You're thinking about his family, all the rest of the players that are out there witnessing it as well. I actually just got on my phone and told my mother I love her. I think it's a reminder just how quickly life can change, just like that." Thankfully, Eriksson was able to make a recovery and has since been released from hospital. In July 2021, she was announced also as the host of a new daytime quiz show, The Tournament, the quiz show where contestants compete against each other, going head-to-head in an elimination-style format. She also was picked once again by the BBC to act as a pundit. This time it was for the 2021 Olympics in Japan. Not only that, but in the same month a huge third announcement was made, that she was going to feature as a commentator on FIFA 22, pushing through the ceiling once again, becoming the first female English-speaking commentator in the game's history. Taking to Twitter, she expressed her happiness to fans. "Happy to finally share this news that I've joined the FIFA family and will be commentating for FIFA 22. This is a big moment for FIFA, for football and women and girls across the world. It's also a big moment for me personally and professionally. Whilst I am the first English-speaking female broadcaster to feature in FIFA, I will certainly not be the last. I know this is just the start of stronger female footballing representations for EA Sports, FIFA and the football community as a whole." Being quoted in the press release for the game, Alex said, "Representation is crucial and the inclusion of an English-speaking female commentator on FIFA is game-changing. The impact it will have is simply stratospheric." In her personal life, Alex used to be in a relationship with her former teammate Kelly Smith, where the pair lived in Hertfordshire together after buying a house. As it currently stands, Alex is single and there's no rush to get in a relationship, once again setting the bar and pushing barriers by showing people that it's okay to remain single. Alex will definitely go down as a football legend thanks to all of her medals, honours and caps for England. But as it currently stands, she is a spearhead of changing the way the world sees women in football. She fights not only for people's rights and stands up against those who try to drag her down, but she is changing views and setting the bar for everyone else to reach. When it comes to her future, I fully believe there is no ceiling limit. Thank you for joining me for this week's Let's Pod Football Legend. Join me next week as we cover another legend of the beautiful game.